नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedar, Kotari, Sarvanyapita owners, Yajamans of Sarvanyapita, and everyone sitting with us through Nityananda TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. All right. I welcome all of you. You guys are fortunate. Today I am going to start the Manifesting the Powers session directly by me. See, Sadashiva explains this whole science of enlightenment and manifesting the experience and powers. Let me give you the first understanding. No power is a power. It is only the confirmation of your oneness with that object. Listen. See, for example, if you are able to stop the wind or make the rain shower, it is not your power over the wind or your power over the rain. It is your oneness over the wind. It is your oneness over the rain. Listen carefully. This truth is very important. Preliminary lesson for manifestation of power. Because if you believe when you stop the wind, it is power over the wind, you will become arrogant, abusive, egoistic. If you believe when you stop the wind, it is the oneness with the wind, you will have so much of love and friendliness with the wind. And the wind will reveal deeper secrets about himself to you. Because friend means who are exploring the deeper sides of each other continuously. Who are exploring deeper, beautiful sides of each other continuously is friend. When you approach each power, for example, third eye, don't have that attitude of conquering third eye. No. Actually, when I awaken your Kundalini, if you just sincerely observe, you will see how sweetly I will be calling Shambhavi. I am not conquering your Kundalini. With tremendous friendliness, I am calling, E Pranapriye, E Atmapriye, Devi, please wake up. Understand, first and foremost lesson to manifest any power is not power over others, power is oneness over others. Unfortunately, your unconscious mind always tends to think. Naturally, you will be pushed to manipulate, to control, Manipulation is not manifestation. That is the difference between the black magic and white magic. Yes, even by manipulation, you can have power over nature and people, but it will be only for very limited time. Understand? Every time you play with the wind, either stopping or agitating or aggravating with the mood of oneness, you will gain more and more power over the wind. Wind will reveal more and more of its secrets to you, more and more of its feelings to you. He will sit with you and confess to you. He will sit and talk to you. Hanuman was my son. See, when I gave birth to him, and this is what has happened. And this kid is so powerful. He went and tried to swallow the sun. I have to go and mediate. He will sit and tell you all his stories. He will sit and open up himself to you. Understand? When you are dealing things with oneness, there will be more and more of friendliness and openness. You can deal with the wind with a manipulating attitude. Yes, it is possible, but only few times. Within few times, you will develop incompletion with the wind, and the wind will just slap on your face. 2-3 times he will act as if he is listening. When you are going for a demo or important situation, he will pull your leg. He will just ditch you and run away. All power, listen, all power has to be from oneness. Sadashiva explains, first, a person needs to start practicing the preparations. It's called charya. You do puja, you do yoga, you do pranayama, you apply bhasma, wear rudraksha, all these lifestyle practices. Then you start doing kriya, tuning your body and mind to the higher realms. That is kriya. Then connecting with those higher realms, that is yoga. And living in that higher space itself is jnana. This is a normal course of a spiritual seeker in regular traditional Shaivite method. He also gives a very beautiful description. When you have an enlightened guru, Shiva Yogi, who is established in the space of Sadashivatva, first you get initiated, you experience and understand oneness. After that, the lifestyle practices you do is not for achieving the powers, it is for manifesting the powers. Understand? There is a big difference. If you don't have guru and you are doing it on your own, you have to create yourself. If you are initiated by a guru, beautifully Sadashiva says, Tattvamasi is Vedanta. Essence of Veda is Tattvamasi, where you experience oneness with cosmos. Essence of Agama, Agamanta, It's called Agamanta. Essence of Agama. Agamanta is Sivatvamasi. It means not just you experience oneness with Sadashiva, you manifest it in your everyday activity, in your everyday, in your lifestyle. Understand? Vedanta, end of Veda, essence of Veda is Tattvamasi. Agamanta, end of Agamas, the essence of Agamas is Sivatvamasi. When you are initiated by a master who is established in the space of Shivatvamasi, after that everyday puja you do is not spiritual practice. Everyday yoga you do is not spiritual practice. Everyday kirtan you do is not spiritual practice. It is a method of manifesting the powers. Methodology of manifesting the powers. Every day now when you do puja, you are manifesting your powers. Understand? Whoever has been initiated now in Shuddhadvaitam, all of you, all the practice you do is only for manifestation of powers. You are not needed to do Charya Kriya Yoga, means lifestyle practice, tuning practice and yogic practices. You only need to do few things to manifest those powers. A normal man doing agriculture, he has to put the seed and put the manure, fertilizer, wait for the growth and pour water and then wait for the result. For you guys, the garden of Kailash is open. Come and just harvest and enjoy. So every action you do is going to be only for manifestation of powers. So the first lesson for you to manifest all the powers is approach the whole science with oneness, tremendous friendliness. Tremendous friendliness. With friendliness, everything will start revealing itself to you. Understand this simple incident. For example, there is one devotee, very near and dear unto me. There is a new devotee coming. I try to introduce both of them and connect both of them. I tell them, hey, I introduce about this person to that person to this person. Tell them, both of you, please connect with each other. It will be nice. Only that much I can do. After that, in your room or in your accommodation, where you are staying, how you behave with each other, that only is going to decide whether you are going to continue as friends or you are going to just be in the so-so, how are you, hi level. Same way, I can introduce you to my great friends, wind, earth, fire, space, to everyone, saying, hey, my disciple, please work with him and both of you be in the friendliness, be friends. After that, if you try to be in oneness with them, they will naturally become friends and start opening up themselves to you. If you try to, oh, do you know who am I? I am the Sarvangipita Yajaman. No. That will not work. If you try to be overpowering or manipulating, that attitude will not work. If you go approach with a tremendous oneness, you don't have to feel lower than the fire. You don't have to feel lower than the wind. You don't have to feel lower than your third eye. No. You don't have to feel yourself lower than the Kundalini. No. But don't try to feel over. See, when I say don't try to feel over, I am not saying try to feel lower. No. I am saying try to feel friendly. Oneness. Approach the whole science, which I will be explaining from today. Hope with the grace of Mahaganapati, he is the one who removes all the obstacles, and Sadashiva, I'll reveal the whole science and all of you will be manifesting it. Yes, he has given the grace, it will be done successfully. I'll continue to reveal in the morning satsangs. So today, first point, tremendous friendliness. And every day we will have one small practice for manifesting the power. There is one unique practice. When I was consciously scanning the agamas, it just stood out, attracting my attention very intensely. When I consciously scanned, I saw the power of that practice. All of you have to provide your listening very carefully. I'll tell you see, integrity. Integrity is a biomemory stored in your bone structure. Listen carefully. In your bone structure, integrity is stored as a biomemory. If you are integrated to your bone structure, automatically integrity starts happening in your words, action, lifestyle, behavior, thinking structure, in everything. Please understand. Till now, you always practiced integrity only as the mental technique, where you complete with all your old non-integrity and start developing the pattern of keeping up your words and keeping up high integrity to your words, maintaining in every step in your relationship with time, in your relationship with people, everywhere you bring integrity. It's a mental practice. Now, I am giving you the integrity as a physical practice. Sadashiva beautifully gives it. Listen to the technique carefully. Integrity is the biomemory stored in your bone structure. So first, you need to visualize all your bones, your whole skeleton. The strength of the skeleton is the strength of your integrity. Either 21 minutes or 42 minutes, visualize your bone structure and dance. Listen. While you are dancing, you will never be able to hold on to your bone structure. Your mind will be pushed here, there. If you can hold on to your bone structure, means your skeleton, while you are dancing, the integrity pattern will be awakened in you physically. Please understand, all the qualities can be developed mentally and reached the level of physical, can be manifested physically and reached the level of reality. It can be done this way or this way. If you practice integrity mentally for 12 years, by the time it will become part of your very bone marrow, it will become your reality. Or from your bone structure you can manifest it, push it with such a strength, it can start manifesting within 1 or 2 months in your life as reality. Integrity manifesting in your life means anything you say, even if it is not under the Newton's physical law, will become reality. That is what is power of integrity. When you say something and it becomes reality, even though it is not possible as per the physics and physical world's laws, then we can declare you are master of integrity. So this manifestation of power of integrity can happen in 2 ways. One, you go on practicing integrity for years, it becomes your bone marrow, and that power starts manifesting. It is possible, it takes little time. But here what I am giving, see the earlier technique, you go on practice and then it starts manifesting as a power, can be called as the technique from Vedanta. Now what I am giving you is from Agamanta. Just few days of this manifestation, either 21 minutes or 42 minutes. Of course, all your life is dedicated for Agamanta. So naturally, 42 minutes should be your limit. Maybe somebody who can't, for whom Agamanta is part-time job, they can do 21 minutes. For you guys, Agamanta is the full-time, not job, life. So today, we are going to do this now. 42 minutes, you will visualize your skeleton structure without losing power over your skeleton structure. You go on jumping, dancing for any song. Your body should be active. As many bones as possible should be moving, but your inner space should be holding the whole skeleton structure's visualization. Then it will be almost like a skeleton dancing. You will see in your inner space the skeleton dancing, but that cannot reduce the speed of your dance. Understand? It cannot reduce the speed of your dance. Your movement should be there. The skeleton structure should be held in your inner space. What happens, integrity is actually a biomemory of the skeleton. Then the skeleton becomes alive, the bone structure becomes alive. Whenever certain visualizations become alive in your system, it manifests its quality in your psychology. It manifests your qualities on your psychology. See, if you practice something in your psychological level continuously, that manifests in your physiology. Like how my master asked me, my guru asked me that, do you want to be a sannyasi or grihastha? I said, I want to be a sannyasi. Then he just blessed. Blessing means what? How he practiced brahmacharya, that power he gave it to me. The moment that power came into me, my psychology was prepared for sannyas. The power of that psychology went into the level of physiology and male hormone has disappeared. From the day he touched me, after that there is no production of male hormone. That is why the doctors are shocked. Not one, at least 20 various times we have done the test on my body. Spread over 10 years. The male hormone is showing same 6-year-old child. I think that was the time my master has blessed me. So something which is done psychologically for quite a long time can become physiology. Something which is there in your physiology can be manifested into the psychology. Doing something in physiology and making it into a, listen carefully, doing something in your physiology, making into a psychological experience is a unique method of Sadashiva. Listen, doing something in psychological level and making it into a physiological experience is Vedanta, method of Brahma, creation. Waking it up from the physiological level and making it into a reality in psychological level is Agamanta, Sadashiva's method. That is why the Vedic people, the Brahmins always think Shiva is a destroyer, because from inside when it manifests, unnecessary things are destroyed. It is so powerful. The transformation is too powerful. It is not goody level of the Brahmins. Oh, you do Sandhya, you do Gayatri for 35 years. Then when you do Sandhya, you will see the light. Dance now and manifest the power immediately. That is Agamanta, Sadashiva's method. So all of you understand the difference between doing agriculture, doing harvesting. Vedanta is doing agriculture, Agamanta is doing harvesting. So now understand the precise technique. It is from Agamanta, the Jnanapada. The things supposed to be done after the initiation, for the initiation to manifest. He gives certain procedures and systems supporting the disciple to manifest. It's like a helping you to deliver, helping you to manifest. Process from Agamanta. And blessed are you guys. Day 1 manifesting power session itself, you are here and initiated. Great. Actually, this is the result of your integrity. This is actually blessing of your blessings Sadashiva is giving for all your integrity. How, whether Swamiji comes or not, I am there in satsang. Whoever is maintaining that integrity, for you guys, it's a fortunate blessing. Whoever enter into our spiritual practice, manifestation of powers. You have done successfully 42 minutes. Actually, even once if you do 42 minutes, that will be enough. But unfortunately, most of you are not able to hold on to that visualization. When you increase the speed, visualization is getting lost. When the visualization is there, the speed is getting lost. So try for 2-3 days, even whole day, when you eat, go around, Just see only skeleton. So within 1 or 2 days you will master. Just finished 42 minutes, that's enough. You will see the power of integrity manifesting. See, when power of integrity manifests in your system, all the seeds I put, I can easily make it manifest just by giving command to your integrity. See, I cannot talk to you, I can only talk to your integrity. I cannot talk to you, I can only talk to your integrity. Because you will never listen to me. Only your integrity will listen to me. So, with this, I bless you all. We will continue to have the power of manifestation sessions, manifesting the power sessions. My blessings to all of you. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.